Guys, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Do me a favor and share this video. Once again, thank you so much for your support. The US just put out a do not travel advisory level 4 to Venezuela. This is the highest ever. And let's see what's going on here. US warns Americans Venezuela is a no go zone. The US Gov says Venezuela is not the place to visit right now. In fact, they have slapped the highest danger warning on it and told Americans to stay away. Here's why. Venezuela has a grab bag of trouble. From kidnapping and terror to sketchy hospital and fake charges. Right now, more Americans are stuck in that land, jails, than in any other country. Some never even got to call home. You wouldn't believe what they're doing to them. You wouldn't believe what they are doing to our sleeping giant citizens out there. It's just brutal. It's just they're doing some torture, put it like that. They actually, again, this is a movie about something like this. There is a movie that these people went to. I think it's Brazil, and they were told, hey, you go to this place, you find a lot of good stuff, and they went in there, and boy, oh boy, they ended up in a factory, and it's not good. People pay a lot of money, to go to these places because they get enjoyment, they get satisfaction doing these type of evil stuff like the torture stuff they do. So that movie, I do believe, is based on a true story, and we are definitely seeing something here, guys. They are urging Americans not to go to that land. All right, so let's see what's going on here. Do me a favor, please share the video. For those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. So we do have a lot of information here. Let me just finish this one first. It says the U.S. says there is no embassy to help if things go bad. You might cross the border by accident and find yourself locked for who knows how long. If you are already in that land, the advice is simple: pack your bags and get out of Dodge. If you were thinking of going, maybe pick a spot with less risk and more fun. But here's the thing, guys. Yeah, if you travel out there, you need to know people. When I traveled to South America, I went to Ecuador, and that's like a whole different ball game. And I knew military people, and I was going to sign up for the Marines, and my goal was to become an MP. But I had a different route. You know, my ex was pregnant, and my first child, so that changed everything around. That was back in 2005. All right, so give me a second here. Let me just pull up this information really quick. All right, so please share the video. All right, so this is the U.S. Embassy in Colombia. So you have Colombia and Venezuela. So security alert: do not travel to Venezuela for any reason and avoid Venezuelan borders with Colombia, Brazil, and Guyana. May 27, 2025, the U.S. Gov warns U.S. citizens against travel to Venezuela for any reason. Venezuela has the highest travel advisory level, level 4, do not travel, due to severe risks to the sleeping giant citizens, including wrongful detention, torture, and detention, terror, kidnapping, arbitrary enforcement of local laws, crimes, civil unrest, and poor health infrastructure. More U.S. nationals are currently wrongfully detained in Venezuela than in any other country. Other foreign nationals in Venezuela are also frequently unjustly detained. Sleeping giant citizens in Venezuela should depart immediately. Here's the thing: I could put out this information, but it's going to be sleeping giant citizens. Guess what? They're still going to go. they still gonna go. And numerous reason why. Because a lot of them want to go for surgery. Well, it's cheaper out there. You know, surgery here is like $80,000. I could get it for like $2,000 in that country, and they give me the medicine and all that. And you know, people end up doing that. There's a story that these two women that went to I think they went to Mexico if I'm not mistaken, and it was very disturbing. The two ladies went, and one of them, you know, went in first, and her friend is like, okay, you know, I'll wait here and stuff like that. And she said she was breaking down the story. She's like, I heard screaming, I heard yelling. And when I saw, you know, they have the sheets, you know how they close everything. So she said that she saw like very bad stuff. She ran. And she, you know, she told the story, and there's a documentary. I'm not gonna say too much, but she said she warned everyone, please don't go there, please. We went there for like plastic surgery and stuff like that. It's traumatizing. So again, stay here, stay here, stay here. Stop going to other lands. It's just not safe. Key points. Number one, there is no Sleeping Giant embassy or consulate operating in Venezuela, and the Sleeping Giant Gov cannot provide routine or emergency consular services to U.S. citizens in Venezuela. Number two, Venezuelan border with Colombia, Brazil, and Guyana are not clearly marked in many locations. Do not go near the border due to the warning of crossing into Venezuela accidentally and being detained. Number three, U.S. citizens are at extreme risk of detention when entering that land at any location. They may be unjustly charged with terror, you know what, or other serious crimes and detained for long periods. Now, once again, you have U.S. citizens have been detained upon arrival at land borders, airports, and maritime ports of entry. There is no safe way for Americans to travel to Venezuela. Number four, Venezuelan authorities do not inform the Sleeping Giant Gov of the detention of Sleeping Giant citizens, and the U.S. Gov is not able to visit those citizens. Venezuelan authorities do not allow detained U.S. citizens to contact family members or private attorneys. And once again, you have the number five, U.S. Department of State recommends that all U.S. citizens and Venezuelans leave immediately. Action to take: do not travel to Venezuela. Number two, Sleeping Giant citizens in Venezuela should depart immediately. Number three, avoid all Venezuelan border. And here's the crazy thing, guys. We are getting this right now. So I do believe that this is a retaliation, possibly. You know how Donald is sending all the gangs to El Salvador? There's a possibility they're doing something like that out there, sending a message to Donald. So we do have more here. And it's not level 3. They just raised it to level 4. The U.S. has raised its travel warning for Colombia. Oh, this is Colombia now. This is Colombia now. So the U.S. has raised its travel warning for Colombia to level 3. Now Venezuela is level 4. All right, advising American travelers to reconsider visiting the South American land. This alert was, give me a second here. There you go. This alert was issued by the U.S. Department of State. Comes after a rise in lawlessness, civil unrest, and other lawlessness across various parts of Colombia. Here's the thing, guys. I truly apologize if I'm sweating. Look at my shirt and everything. This AC room, the AC is working for the house, but this one here, for some reason, I have this extra room, and that AC is not working. So The guy already came, kind of check everything out, but they have to kind of fix this one. They couldn't do it today, and I have to get like a small fan because man, it's like a steam bath in here. All right, so here's the thing, guys, is that I traveled to these lands, but I knew people. All right, military, again, U.S. soldiers and Ecuadorian soldiers, and I stayed basically where they at. And when I got out the airport for the first time, when that plane landed in Ecuador in Guayaquil, that's the capital, and I got out the airport, the first people I saw was all these young ones, and they had no shoes. They were like really homeless. And my biggest mistake was I took some money out, and my friend is like, Louis, please don't you ever do that. Don't ever do that here. All right, these young ones, they were sent by gangs. All right, so again, please don't ever do that. And it's my first time, and going out there, and with the experience, don't you ever take out your wallet ever, because there are people out there watching. They're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's a gringo, that's American. Why the warning was issued? Well, the advisory mentioned that lawlessness, such as, I'm gonna skip those names, one, two, and robbery, are common throughout Colombia. Well, that's been like that for many years. All right, so in many places, organized crime group are involved in really bad stuff here. Now, the reason why is because it's a poor country, and that's the way they survive. I mean, they send young ones out there to stick up. You know, we're talking about 8, 9 years old, and that's the way they survive. They send the young ones, go out there and get them, and come back here with something. Level 4 do not travel zones in Colombia. Now it says here some regions in Colombia are even more dangerous and now carry a level 4. Do not travel warning. These includes Arauca, Norte de Santander, most of Cauca, except for the city of Pompaña. Now, these areas are known for high levels of really bad groups and lawlessness crime. Travelers are especially warned not to go near Colombia or Venezuela border. This boundary is not clearly marked, and people who accidentally enter those regions may be detained, charged with, and held in prison for a very long time. You do not want to be locked up in those regions. Especially they find out that you are from the Northern America. It's not good. Limited help. Give me a second here, guys. I'm gonna have to remove myself here. Limited help in dangerous areas. So the Sleeping Giant Gov says it has limited ability to help citizens in these high-risk zones. The Sleeping Giant Gov employees are not allowed to travel to these areas at all. The advisory also warns that political protests are frequent across the country and can quickly become dangerous. Now, protests can block roads, delay public transport, and even cause or other issues without warning. These events might happen near Gov buildings, tourist spots, shopping center, airport, and restaurants. Safety tip for travelers. If people still decide to travel to Colombia, the Sleeping Giant Gov strongly advises taking safety precautions. Number 1, avoid demonstration and large crowds. Number 2, don't show off wealth. Like expensive, there you go. That's what I did. I made that big mistake. Don't show off wealth, like expensive watches or jewelry. Now, when I went to Ecuador, and I was really young, I was so young, I went with my Air Force One sneakers, Nikes, and I went with some very, very expensive clothes. And the reason why I was allowed to go there like that is because, like I said, I was staying near like a military base. But if I was there like with a bunch of friends and we walk down to a neighborhood, yeah, we probably walk out with boxers only. All right, so it says here number three, keep a low profile. Number four, only travel during daylight hours. Number five, stay updated by checking the US Department of State website. Number six, enroll in a smart traveler enrollment program to receive alerts and make it easier for the embassy to assist you. Number seven, buy travel insurance that covers medical help, evacuation, and trip cancellation. Even with the travel advisory, Colombia remains a popular destination for many. Its rich culture, beautiful landscape, and lively cities continue to attract tourists. However, it is not more important than ever to plan carefully and stay safe while traveling there. I mean, like I say, guys, it is beautiful, but at the same time, it's very poor. And there's a reason why many of those people were traveling here for a better job. All right, the lawlessness is high, and if it's your first time heading to that region, you do not want to go alone, and you want to go with someone that you truly trust. All right. And again, like I say, guys, I knew a lot of people in the military. That's why I went. I got my passport. It took like 6 months or 3 months, something like that, to get the passport. And I went down to Guayaquil, and I actually went there at least 7 times, and it's beautiful. The people there are nice. I got pulled over one time by the cop because again they got no lanes there. I mean, some areas they do, and then when you drive the stick shift, the first gear is like reverse, and then the second gear is the first gear, and then I kind of got a little confused and stuff like that. And so yeah, I got pulled over. I'm like, oh great. So I give him $5. I'm kidding, guys. But I got pulled over, and they asked for my license, and I had a New Jersey license. They was like, "You American?" I'm like, "Yes." They give me my license. Go. That's it. All right, guys. Please be safe out there. If you travel to South America, again, there's a travel advisory, and it's very important to keep up to date with this one here, guys. And if you're planning to go on vacation, you may want to double check. You may want to think about it. Thank you so much for watching. For those of you that want to send us letters, a prayer request, you send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida 34691. Once again, guys, $1 a month Patreon. We get you access to our live stream once a week. We talk about things that we cannot talk about on this platform. Also, I posted videos today. Those links will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Put faith and trust in Jesus Christ, for He's the only way, the truth, and the life. No one gets to the Father except through Jesus. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time later. Peace.